Belém.Val de Cans. Júlio Cezar Ribeiro International Airport is the main airport serving Belém, Brazil. The Val de Cans is the name of the neighborhood where the airport is located. Since the 13th of April 2010, the airport is named also after Júlio Cezar Ribeiro de Souza, a researcher of balloons. It is operated by Infraero. Some of its facilities are shared with Belém Air Force Base of the Brazilian Air Force. History. In 1934, General Eurico Gaspar Dutra, then the director of the military aviation, appointed Lieutenant Armando Sierra de Menezes to choose in Val de Cans a site where an airport was to be built. The Directorate of Civil Aeronautics, an agency of the Ministry of Traffic and Public Works, would be in charge of the work. The Val de Cans began its history as land track running along the east-west axis with 1,200 meters. The facility comprised a courtyard, a hangar and a parking structure of concrete for military aircraft, which later became known as Yellow Hangar. With the outbreak of World War II, air bases and airports located on the Brazilian coast became immensely important in the support of transportation of aircraft, personnel and equipment across the South Atlantic Ocean to Sierra Leone in West Africa. These facilities provided the necessary logistical support for the thousands of planes that, manufactured in Canada and the United States, were moved to North Africa and Europe. After protracted negotiations between Brazil and the United States, airstrips were built at Belém for the Air Transport Command with 2 runways measuring 1,500 by 45 meters on a basis of concrete and asphalt and comprising modern airport facilities, able to meet efficiently civil aviation and military needs. The Val de Cans and other air bases used by the Americans during World War II were returned to the Ministry of Aeronautics in 1945. Pan Air de Brazil, Pan American, and NAB, Navegação Aérea Brasileira began their activities at Val de Cans, building the stations and providing services to passengers. In 1958, the Ministry of Aeronautics began building the first passenger terminal for general airline use, which was opened on the 24th of January 1959. It was then administered by the Department of Civil Aviation. In 1974, its administration was transferred to Infraero. The original passenger terminal complex underwent major renovation and expansion, which was completed in 2001. In 1999, a brand new passenger terminal located at the side of the old terminal was built, and after its opening, the old terminal was demolished to give place for an extension to the new terminal. This new extended terminal greatly increased the comfort and area available to passengers by adding 6 jetways, airlines and destinations. Accidents and incidents. The 14th of July 1948, an Aerovias Brazil Douglas C-47A7ODL registration PPAVO doing a cargo flight, crashed and caught fire after taking off from Belém Val de Cans. All 5 passengers and crew died. The 1st of December 1955, a Cruzeiro do Sul Douglas C-47B28DK registration PPCCC after takeoff from Belém Val de Cans lost power on engine number 1. Consequent technical problems led the aircraft to lose altitude, and the left wing struck a tree and broke off. The aircraft stalled, hit the ground and caught fire. All 6 passengers and crew died. The 16th of January 1958, a Cruzeiro do Sul cargo Fairchild C-82AFA packet registration PPCEF crashed near Belém Val de Cans when no. 1 engine caught fire after takeoff. A crew of 3 died. The 11th of August 1958, a Lloyd Aéreo National Douglas DC-4 registration PPLEQ crashed for unknown causes over Caripe Island, Para, while on a nighttime visual approach to Belém Val de Cans. Of the 11 passengers and crew aboard, 1 passenger survived. The 6th of May 1959, a Paransky C-46, Super C-46 Commando registration PPBTA crashed shortly after takeoff from Brazil.Val de Cans. 3 crew members died. The 22nd of September 1960, a Paransky C-46, Super C-46 Commando registration PPBTF crashed shortly after takeoff from Belém-Val de Cans. 7 occupants died. The 8th of October 1969, a Cruzeiro de Souza Aviation Che 210 Caravelle en route from Belém-Val de Cans to Manaus Ponta Pelada was hijacked by 4 persons who demanded to be flown to Cuba. The hijack lasted less than a day and there were no victims. The 12th of November 1969, a Cruzeiro de Souza NAMCYS 1111A en route from Manaus Ponta Pelada to Belém-Val de Cans was hijacked by a person who demanded to be flown to Cuba. There were no victims. The 14th of March 1970, a Parents Fairchild Hiller FH227B registration PPBUF operating flight 903 from São Luís to Belém-Val de Cans, while on final approach to land, crashed into Guajara Bay. Of the 40 passengers and crew, 3 survived. The 4th of July 1970, a Cruzeiro de Souza NAMCYS 11 en route from Belém-Val de Cans to Macapa was hijacked by 1 person and flown to Cayenne, Georgetown, Trinidad and Tobago, Antigua and Jamaica. The 24th of February 1981, a VOTEC Embraer EMB110P Bandeirante registration PTGLB flying from Tucuruí to Belém-Val de Cans collided with a ship in dry dock, while approaching Belém in rain and high winds. The aircraft subsequently struck 2 barges and broke in 2. The front part crashed onto a tug, and the tail section sank. Only 3 passengers of a total of 14 passengers and crew survived. The 3rd of February 1984, a Cruzeiro de Souza Airbus A300B 203 operating flight 302 en route from São Luís to Belém-Val de Cans with 176 passengers and crew aboard was hijacked by 3 persons who demanded to be taken to Cuba. The flight reached Camagüey in less than a day. There were no victims. Access. The airport is located 12 kilometers from downtown Belém.